Hello, viewers. This is Sentai Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast on my segment called The Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand it. Also, I'll try to do my best not to be too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this podcast will change your adult language. Will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. If you're under 18. If you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Kitchen Wheel Sentai Ryusoulger. So anyway, this is episode 12. So basically, this episode starts off. We see Cole, Melt, and Oswald back at Wee's Father's Lab, and they were selling Wee the new Daikano wheel. So basically, Wee was kind of impressed, and she had a camera out and whatnot. So basically, while they were selling Wee the Daikano show, the Daikano wheel show. Matt was wondering how. Matt was wondering how the Daikano who woke up Daikano. So basically, Matt, I said that it's most of it. So basically, Matt was like, so if somebody must have woke up Daikano, but it's Matt was most was thinking to himself, it could have been Watch or Creon. The only way to wake up a Dynamite Zord is unless you're a real soldier, or part of the real Soul Tribe. So anyway, while he was thinking to himself that who could possibly woke up Daikano, Tornado, and the human side, starts to bite Nut, starts to mess with Nut, and starts to bite him. And plays for stuff. So basically, Cole, Oswald, Lee, and Matt was like, "What the hell's wrong with you, Tornado?" So basically, we figured that maybe Tornado was kind of jealous of Cole being friends with Daikano. So basically that, and she was right. The Tornado was jealous of that Cole was, the Tornado was jealous that, Cole was, was jealous of Cole and Daikano. So basically, Cole made it clear to the Tornado that, Daikano and me are friends, but you will always be my special friend. So basically, Toronto, after, Cole said that to Tornado, but, Tornado was not sure, that Cole would have meant what he said about him and Cole being friends, in spite of Daikano. So anyway, what was going on? We see Watch and Creon with the Oyster Monster monster. The Oyster Monster monster was draining energies they were in the forest. The Oyster Monster was draining energy from the person that it was created from, and it starts to grow bigger every time he keeps on draining energy from the person that the Oyster Monster it was created from. So basically, Watch and Creon's plan was to wait for the Oyster Monster to grow, and that way they can use his mist powers to take down the real soldiers. So basically, so all we got to do is just wait till the monster to grow, we had no pause. So Creon was like, that's a good plan. But out of nowhere, we see Tora and Bam, shit, showed up in the Ranger Force and started to attack watching Creon and the Oyster Minosaur monster. So basically, basically watched the Minosaur monster and Creon managed to got away from Toe and Bam. So basically, lucky for Toe and Bam, so basically lucky to Toro and Ben, they kind of overheard what's his plan. So anyway, so basically Toro and Ben hooked up with Melt, looking to the person that the Minotaur monster, that the Oyster Minotaur monster came from. So basically, so basically they was using the vision cell and so basically there's out there in this tall building looking for the person with the vision cell and whatnot to see where the oyster monster came from. So basically, Bam was asking where's Oscar and Cole? So basically, Melt would answer that Cole is trying to cheer up Tyrannomigo, and Oscar is trying to help Cole cheer up Tyrannomigo because Tyrannomigo is jealous that Cole and Volcano. So anyway, Bam was like, that's the most stupidest thing I ever heard. So basically, Melt was like, would you ever do the same for your Dynamite Zord? And then just it's still he just said it's still kind of stupid, and they managed to with the power of the victory, so they found the person that the Oyster Minosaur monster came from. Turns out it was this fire. It turns out it was this firefighter cadet named Shinji. So basically, Shinji was having a hard time, passing the fire course because he was being drained of his energy by the Oyster Minotaur monster that was created from his negative emotions. So anyway, so basically Melt Tora and then found Shinji passed out after being drained of his energy. So basically, that's when the Oyster Minotaur monster grow monster size, and Bam and Tora took Shinji back to his father's lab while Melt go join the others to take down the giant Oyster Minosaur monster. So anyway, basically, Melt joined Osra and Cole, and they morphed up into the Ranger form before Cole Tyrannomigo just rushed into battle before Cole even called him. So basically, Tyrannomigo was shown off to prove that he was better than Kano or to oppress Cole. So anyway, that's when Osra and Melt summoned their Dynamite Swords, King and Enki Rose. So basically, that's when the Oyster monster used his mist powers and tricked so basically, that's when the Oyster monster used his mist powers and tricked Tyrannomigo and tricked Tyrannomigo into attacking King and Enki Rose. So basically, by the Oyster monster using his mist powers, Tyrannomigo accidentally attacked King and Enki Rose, and Tyrannomigo felt bad and the Oyster monster got the upper hand against Tyrannomigo, and basically Tyrannomigo fell to the ground. So anyway, and that's when Cole used summoned Volcano, and Volcano showed up, and it was about to attack the oyster monster, but the oyster monster used his mist powers again and tricked Volcano into not attacking him, and not attacking him. So basically, Volcano got fooled not into attacking the oyster monster by the oyster monster using his mist power. So basically, it took him. So basically, while Cole and others were dealing with this oyster monster, Dan and Toa finally got to his father's lab, and we was there, and it turns out that we knows the person who knows Shinji, because it turns out that we and Shinji used to go to the same high school together and whatnot. So basically, like we say, I don't know who Shinji's father was a firefighter, but Shinji said he doesn't want to be a firefighter. He always wanted to be a director. So basically, after we gave info on Shinji, Toa and Bang went to go help out with the whole oyster monster battle and whatnot. So basically, Toa and Bang showed up, and Toa used the spin wheel to get rid of the mist, and therefore Volcano was fooled by the monster, thought the monster. So basically, Volcano went to attack the monster, but the monster got the upper hand, and it kind of send Volcano flying on the ground. So basically, the oyster monster monsters, got the upper hand against Volcano, and Volcano ended up on the ground, like Chernamigo. So basically, that's when Cole told gave Chernamigo words of encouragement, and therefore therefore, with the words of encouragement, Chernamigo got back up, and Chernamigo and Volcano fused combined together and formed the Dynamite Volcano Megazord. So basically, after Cole gave Chernamigo words of encouragement, Chernamigo got back up, and together with Volcano, they fused together, they combined together and formed the Volcano, and formed the Dynamite Volcano Megazord. So basically, in this new combination, in this new combination, the Dynamite Megazords had two flaming swords and two giant cannons and whatnot, and a new chest plate, and a new face and whatnot. So basically, after a couple of setbacks by being tricked by the Mist Monster's mist powers, basically, King and the new Dynamite Volcano Megazord managed to destroy the oyster monster once and for all. So basically, after a couple of setbacks, Cole and the new Dynamite Volcano Megazord managed to destroy the oyster monster. monster once and for all. So anyway, at the code took down the giant Ursula monster monster. The others were, the others were having a serious conversation about, that and Mutt was having a serious conversation. I believe somebody from our tribe must have woke up got Kano. So basically, Mutt was telling the others that I believe somebody from our tribe from our tribe must have woke up that Kano. So how? So anyway, and the others so it does make sense because no way that Watch of Creon could have woke up that Kano, because they're not part of the Wheel Soul tribe. So basically, they was wondering who. So basically, it could be the elder or maybe someone else. So anyway, later that night, sorry, I got ahead of myself. So anyway, meanwhile, back at Wee's father's lab, Shinji, Wee's friend Shinji woke up at the cold, took down Shinji's oyster monster, and basically his energy was restored. So basically, we told Shinji that it's quite clear that you're not cut out to be a firefighter. So basically, you need to go tell your parents that that you want to be the director. And Shinji was thankful for Wee's advice. So anyway, that's when Wee's father, Nobu, came in the lab. He was like, "What the hell is going on here? Who the fuck is this dude?" So basically, is he your boyfriend? And Wee's father was like, "No, he's not my boyfriend." I don't care. I don't care. I want no strange dudes. I want no strange dudes in my lab / home when I'm not here. So basically, we started Nobu's don't be no strange. I don't want you here with no strange dudes when I'm not here. So basically, we started Nobu with don't be no dudes here. Don't be no dudes here when I'm not here. So anyway, later that night, Creon watches was walking through the city at night, was kind of talk about them what had the Wheel of Soldiers that time, but and it's watching Queer said we almost had the Wheel of Soldiers. So basically, we almost had the Wheel of Soldiers. Out of nowhere, we see this weird armored guy with a big shield and a sword with this weird purple silver armor guy that kind of looked like and had a purple Wheel sword like the Wheel Soldier does, but he had a big shield. He's kind of like Korak from. He's kind of like a fully armored version of the Wheel Soldier, but his color scheme was kind of like a pink and gray, a purple and gray color. So anyway, turns out his name was Gorch. So basically, Gorch saying that I went to the trouble waking up Daikano for you guys to try to create his power, try to create his power, to help you guys to create his power for yourself. But instead, you guys fell, and Gorch seems Gorch hey, we did our best. So basically, while he was like, you could have helped us get, with Volcano, but you was a no-show. So basically, Watts and Gortz got into a fight, and basically it ended up in the draw. And Gortz said, "I got better things to do." So basically, Gortz just walked away. It's like, and Cleon is like, "Who the hell is that guy?" It's like, "That's Gortz. That armor guy is Gortz." Just basically, he's sort of like a real soldier. He's like an armored, a fully armored knight version of a real soldier. So basically, he's bad news. So basically, lucky for me, I was managed to hold my own against Gort. So basically, he could be bad news for us, or he can be a good help for us to take down the Green Soldiers. But we just have to wait and see it. And that's and the episode ended with Cleon and Watts watching Gortz walk away after Watts got into a fight with Gortz, and this is how the episode ended. So basically we finally got the official debut of Gortz. Now, if you guys didn't watch that special before we were supposed to air, I'm not going to explain who Gortz is because Gortz did debut in that special. So anyway, so basically, I'm not going to explain that because if you already watched the special, that 4-week special that Gortz debuted in, I'm not gonna explain that. I'm not going to explain what Gortz is, so basically I don't want to spoil that. So anyway, but overall, this episode was not bad. So anyway, this episode was a very good episode. We finally got the official debut of Gortz and Ryusoulger, and also we finally got an awesome new Megazord combination for the Dynamite Megazord. So anyway, this episode was not bad. So anyway, like always, what did you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Or was it just meh? Please let me know with the comments of this podcast. So anyway, like always, this Sentai Michael from Kishiryu signing off. 1,